Okay, so sorry that we're having some level of echoes, so we had to stop the previous stream and start up a fresh stream. So we are so glad to have everyone back here. I will just send out the link once again so that all those that are already joining up with us, you can join back in the conversation right about now. So, just like we're discussing before, okay, let me bring back our guest. Okay, okay, we're having our guest back. Okay, we are so glad we're having our guest back. So, we are waiting for Nubi, me, and our village girls. Faith, how is the echo now?
Uh,
No echo on my end.
Okay.
Perfect.
Faith, what
I'm
about from your side?
I'm still getting it, but it's
Okay, do you have a YouTube channel? A YouTube channel open? Shut your YouTube channel off.
all right.
Okay.
Okay, now
Okay.
how's it sound?
Cool.
Okay.
So I think
Okay.
so that okay. So that's where the issue was coming from.
No,
Okay,
it
we have
wasn't. It was coming from your phone on the last stream.
Oh.
oh
It really was.
Oh.
You could not. I try to tell you, do not do multiple people in a chat room over a phone. It's really, really hard for all the audio to connect with the video.
really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
I know about this stuff.
My goodness.
My dad was a computer engineer.
Oh my goodness. Oh, we have someone here. Johan D. Hey, hello, Johan D. It's nice having you on our stream today. And should you want to be part of this stream, you can join us via this our link over here. Okay. With that being said, let me quickly add. Oh, I think the ladies from the village, they are the people we are talking about. So I'm giving you the background. Faith. We have two ladies presently in one of the remote village in Nigeria, West Africa, specifically Edo State. As a YouTuber, myself and my wife, we decided to make a little difference that we can try to do by setting up a foundation to help the African youth to stay away from crime and lack of opportunity to be productive, which has driven them into corrupt practices and the likes of them, which has been giving Nigeria and Africa bad names globally.
Yeah.
Now, and we are glad we step up the game after we lost our baby. So we decided to put more effort. Unfortunately, we have this young lady by name Rose. I believe she will be joining. We are going to be able to connect back to them very soon. She called us that she wants to learn bag making. She is a grad.
I've been following, so I know the story.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been following online, so I've seen.
Oh.
I even saw. I think it was yesterday's show where you showed the bags.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
I was online, even though
Okay, the one that had made those bags, and you will see some of those bags, some of them behind me and the likes.
Yeah.
The one that made those bags is a different story.
Oh.
That one we've already empowered that lady. Her name is Elijah Harris, the one that made those bags.
Yeah.
Now she is in turn because the principle we are trying to inculcate amidst our African youth here is simple. We empower you. We don't collect a dime from you. All the people we have empowered around Africa, they are watching. If we collect a dime from them, they can comment below. We don't collect a dime for you, but what we expect in return is that when you are stabilized, You look for three other African youth and do exactly what we have done for you by training them in that craft. So in economics, we call that multiplier effect.
Okay.
So with that was what we did with this young lady in the very, very thick forest of Edo State, in the village. Now this lady, we showcase her work. So there was another lady that was a graduate. The lady that is presently making the bags is a kind of person that people call illiterate, but I don't take her as illiterate because she's not.
Yeah.
The simple fact that she did not go to the four walls of the school doesn't make her illiterate.
Yeah.
You are educated by the transfer of knowledge from one point to the other that leads to your change of attitude and behavior.
Yes.
Now, this lady from the university that graduated for 5 to 7 years, she couldn't get a job. I think she graduated from Polytechnic. She couldn't get a job for about 5 to 7 years. Now, she reached out to us that she wants to learn how to make bags. We now sent her to this village. You will not believe that this beautiful lady by name Rose, she's still single, and I'm waiting for applications all around the world to come and marry her.
Can I jump in?
Can
you believe it? That's what I was just about to say.
You're a matchmaker too.
It sounds like her education. I mean, like the sister was saying earlier on the earlier part of the stream, that wow. Yes, so much brilliance goes into somebody who wants to learn and educate themselves that they go to school to do that. And you see, that means that the knowledge is there then for them, right? That knowledge is inside there already. The seed is there.
Yes.
And now to branch off a little bit and find a trade means that they learned now, hey, wait a minute. Education is one thing. But a trade is another thing.
Yes.
And in America, we have a huge problem with how many PhDs are out there now. We have a problem with how many doctors we have. In other words, you could only have so many doctors, engineers. I mean, it's flooded. And now you're so, and the cost of college has gone up. And at the same time, it's harder to get a job. It's a double squeeze in effect, if you know what I'm saying.
Yes. Yes. I mean, over here in the UK, there are engineers, architects who now come and train to make jewelry, because I'm a jeweler.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
We have the same problem.
Yeah.
With people with coming out of uni, the educational establishment, and not being able to get a job.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And,
and the crash of 2008 here in the States. I am a career waiter. If I had a profession that which I did, I waited tables. That was my and I loved it. I loved serving people. Made me feel good. It came from my culture of the Greek background. I just loved to be around food and stuff. You know what I mean? And when the crash hit and all these realtors lost everything they had, right? The applications that you should have seen these 45-year-old men coming in to apply to be waiters because that's what they did in college. And then I used to say to them, hey, look, I've been doing this. This is all I've done. I don't even know if I graduated high school. To tell you the truth, I think I did, but I don't know. I could tell you that story later. But these people are all coming. It seems like even when you think about it, with all the schools now, with the COVID situation happening, just think about the pressure of getting a new job. Even, I mean, what is happening
if there's a job, right? What I see happening more is people are going to learn skills. Even the corporate type per employee, they're going to pick up skills. You know, that's what's on the increase now.
Is this a bad sign? Or in other words, like automatons such as robots and things that can do jobs, is our skill factor going to be taken over by these automatons, if you know what I'm saying?
I'll tell you something. Because I mentioned to Dio that I went back to university. I wanted the experience. It cost a lot of money, but I went to study sound art and design. And my dissertation was on the argument that robots or technology was taking over the jobs that we organic human beings are meant to be doing. And
are you kidding?
No, honestly.
Oh
honestly,
my God. You're a gem.
The area that I actually looked into was the area of mental health, where people, you know, they have many treatments in mental health, but I looked at cognitive behavioral therapy, and that is being administered on through apps online. And a lot of what, you know, mental issues is not things that you play with. A lot of people need person-to-person consultation, you know, and especially when it comes to the therapy. But, you know, they've got apps there now that can treat you for, you know, with cognitive behavioral therapy. And I don't see how that's going to make.
You're kind of I think I think I'm on board with what you're saying.
Yeah.
You're saying there is a form of technology that we need to utilize. Is that what you're saying? Okay.
We do, but I was looking at the situation of things and the current climate. A lot of people, even in the supermarkets, we used to have the checkout operators, you know, the ladies and the men at the till. Now, if you go into a supermarket, it's just machines. So we, the customers, are going there to give them our money to get some products back, and we have to check ourselves out. So I have to ring up my own shopping and pay and go. It's all been manned by machine now. Now there's a deficit there because people used to be in those positions. Those people don't have a job anymore.
Okay, now it's like that catch-22 scenario. Are we able to somehow boost our economy, our efficiency, that it will bring poverty out of it because technology, or do you think it's still gonna be that curve cycle where 6 to 8 years of roughness before the technology actually does anything productive?
I think if we can find some sort of balance, we need technology. If we can find some sort of balance, you know, then, you know, technology is good. I love technology. You know, you see in all the, you know, the spheres of society, how it's being used, even in the medical field, how it's being used. But there needs to be a balance, because if so many people are becoming or being made redundant and it's just machines, robots and stuff. I mean, I saw something on a robot being developed to babysit. You know,
okay, you know what? And that's interesting you bring that up, because taxpayer money subsidizes all the universities, you know, to train these engineers. They get grants to go to college. So do you find, like, you know, in what I call light, do you think socialism is something that can be balanced with capitalism or not?
Oh. Oh gosh!
I had to go there because I know this ends. This always ends at that question.
Well, you know what? Before she answered that question.
Yeah.
Before she answered that question. Yes. Before she answered that question, let me just paint a scenario here. Yeah. I happened to work in the banking sector for about 10 years before retiring, and I discovered something. Even right there at the bank now, thousands, if not millions of people are losing their job because technology is taking over their jobs. a single computer can do the work of how many cashiers now? There are ATMs that pays you money and takes money from you without the need of getting like 10 guys that have gone to study banking and finance in the university. Now, the issue is this. A particular MD mentioned the fact that he's ready to give away larger percentage of his staff in the bank for technology. And they are going to be shutting down so many branches because they are not needed anymore. Technology can do the stuff. So at the end of the day, the question now comes to us. When you say there can be a balance between technology and human effort and the likes, I will like to jump to the conclusion that given the fact that larger percentage of human beings are selfish, and the fact that these selfish individuals, they are actually the ones that control the finance that can buy the robots, set up the machines and the likes of them, they are not going to think about the benefits of what we call the common good. They are just going to come from the side of P&L accounts, profit and loss, the balance sheet. So if I can use a robot to give me 5 million bags in 7 days, why should I go and empower 300,000 youth from Africa to do that for me? So that is where we have the challenge now. And that is why if we really want to get prepared in Africa, the right thing we can do now is to quickly speed up the rate at which we are improving on the skills of so many of our youths. By so doing, by the time, let's assume by this time next year, we're already talking about 15,000 youths that are making bags individually in different locations, that are making bags individually in different locations. Let's assume that all they can produce is like 100,000 bags per year.
You could crash the market. You could crash the market. You could crash the market.
We can crash the market because, for example, these youth that are producing the bags in the villages, I tell you, the machines we buy for them, they don't need fuel. They don't need any form of energy. They are manual machines. That they are using. So by the time the other guys that are using robots, they need power, they need electricity to power the robot, they need to pay for electricity, they need to pay for this and that. These thousands of youths that are doing it physically, and they can customize it. They can customize it to your individual needs using their physical God-given hands and the likes of them. The price differentiation will be much. That's the first part. Then the other part is that by the time, because I understand the principle that so many of these business people do, they want to crash the market and be making a loss so that they can drive others out of market and now get back to a point that they can now begin to make profit. We are ready for them. That is where by the time we have, say, across Africa, because I'm not looking at Nigeria alone, I'm looking at across Africa. Let's assume we have 1 million African youths that are producing bags. I'm just using bags as an example.
Is he frozen?
Yeah, he did.
The income that those chaps will be getting now, we can now advise them that instead of you working in solo, go right there, pull your funds together, go and buy the same technology that they are using to produce EMAS.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Go and buy the technology and become the competitor to the most foolish competitors that will not consider your growth.
And guess what? So, on top of it, guess what's going to happen? You're going to get an explosion of new creation of technology. You know why? Because competition creates new technology.
It does.
Exactly.
In other words, we can grab the technology back from them.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
And the possibility of grabbing the technology back from them is the fact that if you actually look at the larger chunk of those that are controlling the world via technology, that are even producing the technology for making these bags, most times they don't know the art of bag making. So by the time we pool resources of those, maybe they have gone to school and because they were dejected, they couldn't get jobs, they had to come and learn how to make bags. Maybe they were in the sciences before they came into learning how to make bags. Now we can bring those guys together, expose them that, oh, this knowledge, the physical knowledge in bag making, can you transfer it to machine, which will make a new level of what's it called, technological development that will be tailored to the way human being reason. And we can now, because these guys are normal human beings like us that we have trained over the years, we can now train them on how to have empathy. By not making excessive use of this technology to the detriment of others.
That's very nice. Very well said, Dale. Very well said.
That is the thing, you know, when people invent products or whatever, it's good, but then it depends on the hands that it falls into. You know, with the question Jim asked, my answer was just going to be, if we could eradicate greed. I think, you know, but hey, we live in an imperfect world, and you know, people do what they like.
If we wanted to call capitalism now, I mean, I think we should rephrase it to, I mean, basically it should have been called colonial capitalism. It shouldn't have ever been. It shouldn't have ever been called like a free enterprise throughout the world called capitalism. That's based on democracy. You know, none of that.
But I think, you know, it's a system that is gaining ground here, you know, with, you know, the technology takeover and less people working. But I actually was talking to a friend of mine was sometime last year, and I said, I don't think it's going to be, if that system was introduced to Africa, I don't think it would grow very fast, you know, in terms of wanting to have technology kind of be in charge, you know, do everything.
Objection, my lord.
Really?
Objection, my lord. Really? Do you know how many billionaires that are in Africa? Selfish, greedy billionaires that are quietly enjoying their money while millions of people are suffering. They will be the first set to grab those technology.
But wait a minute. Are those billionaires the mineral grabbers? You see, they don't need manpower. They need machines. Are those the mineral grabbers? Are you talking about those billionaires that are selling your continent's minerals to other countries? Is that what you're talking about? Because they're politicians. That's what they are. Because they're politicians. They have what they call rights to sell your land, your country. So if you look at it in that aspect, it's
crazy.
See, but the funniest of is that the politicians are the ones that you are seeing. They have boys that they are using that are already billionaires themselves also. And those ones are not in the FOP. Nobody knows about them. They are silent billionaires. You understand? They are the front people for these guys, doing their businesses for them. And sometimes
they're brokers. They're brokers that's what they are. They're brokers.
And the shocking thing is that sometimes the politicians are not as rich as they are. They are not as rich as those brokers, because those brokers,
they're only rich while they're in the system. As soon as they get, that's what it is.
But those brokers, they are rich while their politicians' connections are there, and while the inflow they are getting, they are sensible, they are smart guys. They are investing it into some other businesses too. while the politicians is using his own to fund campaign here and there, and we continue to steal more. So
it's like how does Nancy Pelosi and every single senator in the United States end up a millionaire and they've never produced a thing?
So that is going through this route. Back to these ladies in the villages. The educated one, Rose, before you came in, she had just spent like 2 weeks in the village, and today she produced her first bag, and we are all happy.
I saw the bag.
She's happy. She's happy. You know, the good thing is that I often tell my wife that if ladies have the opportunity to be more productive than men, because I look at her. Look at these two ladies that we are showcasing today. They are both beautiful. They are both industrious. The sky is not their starting point. Now, anywhere a female enters into, so far that female knows that she has value to add.
Yes.
They easily climb higher than male. And that's why in our foundation, whenever myself and my wife, we come across a female, we take them that we are sponsoring a generation.
Yeah.
We don't play with them because female has more influence in this world than anywhere. Funny enough, even in heaven, female has more influence than men.
Really?
Because without Jesus Christ, without Mary, there will be no Jesus Christ.
I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Okay.
So and that is why we have come today to say, let's all look through our life. Let's all look through our life, the journey so far. Where can we say we have gotten to? What have we achieved? Look at the other day, just 2 days ago, we lost what's it called? The chief of army staff in Nigeria.
Oh.
To a plane crash.
Oh, I didn't know.
To a plane crash. They just inaugurated him this year also, and now he's dead.
I know when he came in.
Okay, so what can we learn from that? I just sat back. I just look at the futility of life.
Yeah.
How many cars can we drive at once? How many
houses can we live in?
Can we live? Not even houses now. You have several rooms in your present house now.
Yeah.
I want you to do something for me. Since you are a very educated madam, I want you to sleep. I want you to sleep on 2 beds at a time.
Now, I'll put my leg in one room if it's long enough, and then put my arm in another room. It's not possible.
So, it's not. The most beautiful thing in life is when you see that your life is like an octopus that is touching several lives while you are still doing your own.
Yes.
Look at, I don't need to be in that village before the life of Rose is turned around, because I have impacted the life of Elijah Alice positively. Yeah. By doing what? By getting her a phone that she can use to learn bag making online.
Yeah.
Of which, let me make you laugh a bit. Of which, while I was getting her the phone, I myself never have a phone. I was sharing the same phone with my wife. When I say I was till date, I still share the same phone with my wife. So those are the prize that you feel fulfilled when you see others laughing because you have done one stupid thing that some persons will tell me, are you crazy? You are not even facing your own business like this. You are passionate about these people. You are passionate about these people. These are not, some people even go to the mile saying that these are not people that can pay you back in one way. I said, no, it doesn't matter. And now, thank God, the ladies that are, let me do something. I've been hoping to do this. Elijah Alice. I want her to comment because we did it to the extent that she supplied, I know that she's watching this stuff, so I want her to talk now. presently we got some bags from her that we are shipping to America, to Germany. Now, those bags, she supplied them to us at 2,800 naira per one. Do you know how much we are shipping it to Germany?
The same price.
The same price. We never had a dime. Elijah Alice. Elijah Alice, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, can you confirm the price that you sold the bags to us? How much did you give us for the prices of the bags? The bag that you sent into Lagos this week.
2,800.
Lira?
What? Yeah, Naira.
Naira.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. How much? So, that's like how much in American?
2,000.
That's about
yes, sir.
That's about $5 point something.
You're kidding me.
Yes.
I'm so sorry. You need to triple that price immediately.
See, the people buying this bag, they want to also resell.
Oh no! You know what? Some of them, if they want to resell, don't worry about them reselling it, because there's rich Americans that will buy handmade things from Africa. That's your marketing advantage. Is you want handmade.
I
know. What
about
the money? See, what about the cost of sending it abroad? Is it free?
I'm coming. No. See, to even get the bags from Edo State to Lagos State here, because they need to send it to us. We need to check the bag to make sure that they are up to the standard that we wanted it to be. It costs 3,500 naira. Do you know who is paying that 3,500 naira? The foundation. You know why we are doing that? We want to encourage this lady in the village to sell more. By the time, all we are interested in now is for sales to be going to the villages,
but
encouraging them.
But more importantly, is you want to raise the skill level up.
Yeah,
you want that quality, that you really want that, and I see what you're saying.
Yeah. So now, with the skill level, with the prices, we are not going to drive anybody from purchasing because the price will be cheaper. People that want to sell abroad can now say, "Oh, you mean this bag is this very cheap? Okay, I'm ordering for more." By the time we drive the market, that this lady can now produce more, we'll send more machines to her so that she can produce more. By the time she gets to a point that more youth will join her in the production, we can now say, okay, going forward, maybe if it's $1 will be added to it so that the foundation,
I totally get what you're saying, Dale. But listen, you have to, when you're small, you have to charge more, and then as you grow, you scale back.
Down.
Okay, you have to charge more up front. Even if the quality is not perfect, they're still going to want the product because they'll see the improvements. Okay, so you have to charge more up front, and if they want the product, fine. You know, they're going to have to pay for it. They're going to charge for it because there's a limited value. I mean, there's a limited supply of it. So they're going to go, look, there's scarcity to it. So in other words, you gotta ramp up the price right now and get the most money you can get into those use. In other words, you can't start small. You have to start big and then scale back, like you said.
Even if it's 3,000.
You know the aspect I'm looking at. I'm looking for the aspect whereby some persons will now say, "Oh, I'm buying these bags at the same price that the lady is selling it, but I have this donation to the foundation to help us achieve more." I'm just looking at that now because what actually propels me to do something is not the money in it. I'm always thinking of value, then after the payback. Let me tell you a story. While I was in the banking sector, I happened to work in the HR. I work in the HR for about 7 years in HR. I brought in some youth into the banking sector. When I mean as an HR person, I was opportune. Whenever there is space, I look for very talented youths that are looking for jobs. They just finished university. I made sure that I assist them to get the necessary, help from HR to write the exams, prepare themselves. They got the job. Would you know that when I was going through a turbulent time myself, it was one of those youths, very small boy that I assisted in the banking sector then, that came up to my rescue, and I was shocked. So I discovered that most times you might not get something now, but in the future, it might not even be me, it might be my children that will get the feedback.
Right. Yeah, it's called leverage. Yeah, leveraging your future. You leverage your future.
You know, as we are on this live stream, I just uploaded a video, and I want you to watch the video. After now, watch the video, and as many people that will be seeing this stream, you can watch the latest video I just uploaded. I uploaded the part 2 of the documentary I was showing about the Atlantic.
And everybody, I want you to like and share the video, please. Share that video, everybody. We want the algorithm, because every time the algorithm gets a like, it says, oh, that goes higher in the recommendations. And it will start getting out there in the general public if we can do this. So everybody needs to remember that the other channels, the Cetros channel, so like and share from that channel too. Okay?
Okay, you can actually share on a live stream. Oh no, better not touch that.
So
I was looking at something
the what I discovered is that. Okay, I'm listening. Faith, you want to say something, Madam Faith?
I was rubbing my nose. Sorry, I wasn't saying anything.
Okay. So during this last documentary that I just uploaded, do you know that while I was trying to help others find meaning to their life, going to villages, I went to a village in Badagry. I know that that's where my birth certificate says is my place of origin, but my dad never took us home. We never knew my father's side and the likes of them. But while I was going out there to go and empower the youths in that slave region, where they have the historical slave that ravaged Africa, I went there and we're helping out these youths. I discovered we enter into a particular place, I call it like a palace or something. Only for me, because I went there with my kids, I was telling them that this is where we came from, but I don't know my place. The king of that community overheard me and said, "What is my name?" As I mentioned my name, everybody in the palace, in that location, screamed. They said, the man sitting on the throne is my father's brother.
What?
My uncle. The king screamed. He said, "What? That is your dad not so and so that was living at Ibadan?"
Wow.
If you are very, very close to this thing, if you are close to Nigeria, you know a town called Ibadan. So
yeah, I do.
He mentioned this thing and said that he now started talking that he lived with us. He lived with my dad when we were very small. He was not asking about my mom, that my mom was nice to them and my dad was very nice, that he lived with us before he finally left.
Wow.
I was just speechless. All the all the money they were supposed to cut, because if you are shooting documentary in Nigeria, you people don't get it twisted. Anywhere you go to in Nigeria and you are shooting documentary, they don't want to know whether you are helping anybody.
Yeah,
they
you pay.
They will be taxing you. You pay seriously. And those are some of the expenses I cannot even add it, because I'll just put my hand into my pocket and bring the money out, because without that, they can seize your camera. They can tell you never to enter into that place and the likes of them. But those are the challenges we go through. We use the funds from the, what's it called? The fund we have for the foundation. Sometimes we use our own personal money to do all this stuff, just to get out the simple 5 minutes to 15-minute videos that everybody sees here. And sometimes people will just watch, they will not like, they will not share. So at the end of the day, they did not collect a dime for me in that place. So I asked them that we are here to empower the youth, bring out the youth. They brought out a girl. I felt like crying. They brought out a girl. She's an orphan. Mother is dead, father is dead, but this girl is interested in learning fashion. They brought out some other ones. I said, out of all the stories we've listened to, this is the most tragic and pathetic. Every other person wait in queue, but this particular girl, we must get her a machine. But because it was already late, I think on a Saturday or so, it was already late. I said, no problem. When we get to Lagos, we'll buy the machine. On Monday, we asked them, go over to the market, go and price the machine, pick up your phone, do a video, do a WhatsApp video, so that we are sure that you are at the right place, that they are selling the machine. They did not believe it. We paid directly to the account of the machine seller, and the girl went home with machine. I can tell you that that girl is sending me pictures, is sending me video of what she's making already with that machine. Now we have a boy there that is in need of a fairly used laptop, because the guy said all he's interested in is graphic designing. A fairly used laptop. We are waiting. By the time but you said?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. I wanted to, go ahead. I'm sorry, Deo. I'm sorry.
And no problem. So we have a boy there that is interested. It's only a boy that is interested in graphic designing there. He's already learning it. So we are not paying for his training. All he wanted is just laptop, because it's only when he gets to the training center, that's when he gets to use a computer. Africa is not like Europe and the rest of the world. Laptop is like gold. Laptop is like gold. Even myself, the laptop you are seeing me use here. There is no way I could save money to get this kind of a laptop. It was someone that, yes, this is expensive. Where will I get the money for a Mac laptop? So I'm not ready to.
I'm so confused about the actual dollar value from. I mean, what's happening to? I mean, the value of your dollar or whatever your
Naira. Yeah, it's going down.
I'm just mind blown. I'm mind blown about because I was going to bring up the Fantastic Fours, with the quads. And I was thinking about Deo wants to make this a long-term project. And I was like, wow, that's going to take a lot of money. Well, I looked at how much, like $100 or something was worth in Nigeria at the minimum wage level. It's $2 and almost a half a month of a salary, $100. So if you're an American and you donated $100, you would pay somebody's salary for almost 2.5 months. Can you imagine that? I mean that is just mind-boggling to me.
Exactly. Anytime you hold your $1, there, do you know what you are holding? You are holding 400 naira Nigeria money, official rate. Your $1. That's the official rate. Black market is even higher than that. You understand? So that's why somebody expressly made this happen. And everything, it has improved my editing. It has improved my work. So I know what these young boys are looking for. They need what will help them. But if they can't get people like us that are ready to look for how to get it for them in a clean way, they are going to go online and scam people.
Yeah.
Oh man, Mr. Bill Gates can't help us out. Oh, darn.
No.
He's busy with other things.
Are you talking Tim Cook, the Apple CEO, can't help out? I mean, geez, they want to put laptops in everybody's, school system here. Oh, but you know what? In fact, I think the lowest paid people in the world, and when it comes to manufacturing the product of Apple, is from what country? I'm not going to say.
He's busy.
And that's another thing is like the products that we have are so expensive to attain over there. So even us here in the West, if ones want to help out, we have some laptops, the old, like I'm talking to everyone who's listening out there. Why don't you save some laptops or some equipment that we've we want the new model. Our children don't want the old one. Save it for Setros. And then when someone comes down there, they pick it up and bring it. Those laptops and that equipment that we keep throwing away as if it's
throw away. Don't throw away.
You'll be surprised how much the children.
And that's a very good point, because what we were talking about the laptop. So excuse me for a second. I'm sorry to interrupt. About that laptop thing, you were right on. I've had 5 children. You know how many laptops I've basically given away and not consider the camera equipment today that we were going through all our stuff for the garage sale, and I was like, holy buckets, I've got 2 huge beautiful cameras, and I remember buying them for the kids, but I never knew they were in my garage. Right?
Wow.
I was like, wow. I immediately went up and texted Deo.
Send it over to him.
I went right upstairs. I went boom right to Dale's. Like, are you kidding me? You got this stuff? I was like, yes, I've got it. Yeah. It's locked down. I'm holding it. We need to get this. Like Deo said, I didn't know about the shipping problem. The shipping is just ridiculous. So I just send it to the airport. Is what you're saying, right? Right.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying. I just said it. So everybody that's listening to this, if you want to send something to the Setros Foundation, we're going to need one central point where we all know Dale goes down and picks it up. We need to know where everybody should, in other words, Dale, you should have somewhere on your website, somewhere on your YouTube channel where people can send that product to you, because they'll send it to you. They'll send it to you.
Well, our Father God is going to send him the right person for that right connect. But one thing I wanted to say, 2 things, because I'm with my family and I'm going to come in and out. Faith, thank you for being on. Thank you so much for your support, and also
nice to meet you.
Just your input,
Right.
But local is so focal, and what is Deo and what they're doing is super important. Staying local, we get the resources as much as possible in the areas and the people and the family who are around. And Deo, you go back home to was it Badagry? Or was it
Badagry? Yeah.
Was it Badagry that you went back home to? That is that is so spiritual because it's our connection. Our ancestors, like I told you, my family, I'm from Haiti, and Badagry and Ife, Ile, Guinea, Congo, Nago, those words resonate in the Haitian culture. So in our African culture, our extended African culture, which became in the Caribbean, they carried us far away. They carried us beyond the sea in the Caribbean. So that connection, you going back home and touching that point, super important. So your name is Setros, right? So you're creating the set, this beautiful, beautiful set for us to go on, that the Most High is creating it through you. So we have faith, and yeah. So that's all I want to say. Blessings.
Thank you. Blessings.
You know what? Before not being me, before you go, let me quickly tell you a little bit about faith, Jim. Faith that you are seeing here, if you watch the last live stream, which we did 2 days ago, I was talking about the lady that showed up and decided to give our youth in Africa free training in jewelry making. Jewelry making, the gold processing of jewels, the metal jewelry. I'm not talking of the plastic, I'm talking of metal jewelry making and the likes. She's presently preparing the video training. She's preparing a detailed video training to help train our youth here. And guess what? In Africa here, we have access to the raw materials that will be used. If you are talking about gold, we have them in abundance. If you are talking about iron, we have them in abundance. And she's just coming up and telling us that she's going to do that for us for free. For free. She's sitting down here. Then secondly, she has offered to help us with that's the lady I told you that she offered to help us with the cleaning of our audio for the movies. No being me.
That was really cool.
So this is the madam that I'm bringing her up on the first Sunday of next month. Yeah, on the 6th of next month.
So it was Faith. You do sound engineering.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, it's called sound. So sound. I people use both words, but I use sound designer because we design.
Yeah.
So
awesome. That's awesome.
For movies, animation, all that kind of stuff.
That is a great skill. I mean,
audio wonderful.
Yeah, that's why I had a problem with the audio when I came in. I couldn't handle it. Because sound is very, sound is very important.
Very.
And, the kind of sound you hear can make you feel good, can make you better, can make you ill. Sound affects us in ways that we don't know. So when I heard that, I couldn't. Yeah, I was like, yeah. So yeah.
So I'm so honored that because
sound engineer.
Because on this platform is not everything. You might have the whole money in the world, but if you don't have specific skill to be handed over to these youths, you are missing the break line. Now, I'm so glad I'm seeing people coming up to support our youths. Madam Faith is coming out to drop in those youths the venoms of sound designing and turning them into Africa's renowned goldsmith and the likes of them. These are what is going to make these youths want to know that, want to stand tall amidst their counterpart anywhere. And somebody like Jim is sending us cameras, and this camera is going to be useful to us. It's going to be useful for the youths that we are sending one of it to. So what are we talking about? If we continue this way, look at the camera. You can imagine.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Heavy duty.
And it's not just
lenses as well.
It's not one. It's two cameras with about 3 lenses. With 3 lenses. And this you can imagine.
This is the good one. This camera right here. This is the big boy. This camera is amazing. This particular camera that you are seeing him hold, by the time I use it to shoot our documentary.
Yes.
By the time I use it to shoot our documentary, by the time I use it to shoot our videos, everybody will just be like, what is happening? So we are really blessed for this. So all we just need to work on now is how to get the shipping costs
That's it.
To bring
That's
it down,
I want to get that over with. I gotta ship it. I don't want to sit and wait. I'm impatient about this stuff. I want action now. I'm not like Deo taught me a lesson. I was going through a hard time when my neighbor died. And the next day after my neighbor died, my landlord said, I have to move. And it was a combination effect. And I was speaking with Deo in text, and he said, Jim, you need to take charge. And it just set me straight from then on. I was like, that's it. He's right. And then, of course, I find the cameras in the attic, and, I'm like, okay, that's a sign right there. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, keep moving forward. Don't stop. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm getting blessings from above, and I know it. I'm getting the blessings from above. So that's the energy that's going around right now on this channel. That's the thing.
It's a good one.
May I say what is another blessing is Sister Faith. When you're talking about the raw material and teaching the skills with jewelry, that is, if that is not the most local, focal, not taking the raw material and shipping it and manufacturing it in another country and then traveling it over. No, we're really helping to decrease decrease, quote unquote, the carbon footprint. We're actually increasing life, though. We're increasing life, though. Why waste energy? Why waste the resources of gas and oil and that? So I want to commend you. I want to thank you. I want to just give you praise. Praise the Creator for inspiring you to teach that. And I'm ready to rock it. I'm ready to.
Hey, newbie me. Did you hear about what? Did you hear what she did for her dissertation?
No, I can't. I was feeding the baby, so let me.
Yeah, Faith, can you tell us what your that dissertation was? Because that was mind blowing to hear it. I want to hear it again.
Basically, it was just that arguing the point that asking. It was a question that was asking if technology was going to take over the role of humans in society, basically. And
I asked the question if the AI was going to take away our skill factor. And you see, what Deo said was, hey, and I agree, we can crash the market with labor right now, then take over and grab their technology at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the thing, Jim, the thing with AI is that I think right now it's at a point where it self upgrades and self updates, and it's got no off button. There's no off switch. So, and it's like, what are we looking at in the next years, like few decades? Are we looking at a monster? Is it going to turn on us?
I think the most important thing that we're going to have to look at here is if we see an economic shift away from fiat currency and the US dollar.
Which I think is going to happen.
I think it looks like it. I say the same thing. I'm not a proponent or I am going through the process. But the good point of it is, we don't want that naira being this amount and the dollar this amount. What we want to do is we want to balance them and say, hey, wait a minute, we got a center point here. And if they want to take control, I don't think the Federal Reserve in the United States will give up without regulating cryptocurrency. And that's the big problem.
That's the problem. That is the problem. Yeah. If it's going to happen, I think we've still got quite a way to go. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
And the AI, the robotics, that's I think when they look at a I don't know, this this scenario that's trying to bring on. It's like ultimate slavery, you know, to have machines
in a sense, yeah,
doing the bidding of
it would feed into it.
It kind of takes away, yeah. So it's like, ooh, it's a nefarious person's dream. Just do, no off button, as you said. But I really think that it will like crash on itself, because we as humans, we need that human connection, and a robot or an AI can't. It can produce art, it can reproduce art, recopy it, but it can't reproduce the soul of it. It can't reproduce the touch of it, the feel of it. No. And I'm just hoping that our new students, our new generation, if we keep bringing them back to nature and not the automative, if we bring them back to the earth, and have them understand that the AI is a tool to make life easier, to make communication faster, to make things more efficient. But that's not the life. It's a tool. It's like a hammer. It's like a hammer.
Right.
But we
can't. Right. It's like, where's the stop button? Where's the stop button for programming it? You know, like where do we?
And that's where Africa is very important. Africa is important, that we do not have Africa become that automated copy of the West, that it must keep that memory of the
that's the organic
oracle, you know, the technology. Because let's think about it, our African drum, that's a form of technology. It's living technology. It's a tree with an animal skin, with some ropes, and we utilize it, to what? Communicate messages. Just the same way this tool, this phone that we're all using, is made out of crystals in the ground from Africa. Let's be real.
Right.
So excavating all that so that we can communicate. We must build, but we must go back. It must be like an ancient and new technology. Stay with the earth. And if the automation, but we around the world have the power to say, no, we're going to stay natural, but we'll utilize the system. And if you in Europe or America or wherever, or Holland, you need that, okay, fine. But we're not going to introduce that here, because our culture is a high-tech culture. We communicate through our face, our body, our clothes, and that's low tech communication. That's low context. We're all high context, and we have to teach the children to keep on high context. And as the economy is changing, whether it's Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, or whatever, we got to be current with exchanging, because all we need is
can I ask you a question real quick?
And clothing. So that's all.
Newbie me, can I ask you a question? What do you think of the potential of emerging? What do you think the potential is of emerging markets in Africa? Do you think that they can outrival, India or China, and the fact that, outsourcing labor is going to be an issue, and if you combine technology, a little bit of AI, and you get some investments like real philanthropists, like real philanthropists.
Yeah.
Do you think there's an emerging market that can be a boom? Go ahead. I can't hear you.
That's the fear. And again, I like to call them social entrepreneurs. And I think that's the fear. That's why the raw materials, this same production model has been happening since the time of our kidnapping, since 1600s, 1500s. Then it was updated in 1900s. So the same play of extracting the materials from a place and sending it to another place, like disseminating a body. That has been the thing that has.
Be a little bit more. Be a little more direct to my question. Do you feel like that China has its own mineral reserves that could compete with Africa enough to, and they have the labor force? I'm trying to get this. What I'm trying to say about is emerging markets.
That's the problem. Africa has the mineral reserves, but what people are not doing is working together with Africa with its mineral reserves. They're playing. China is using the same play that they seen the West be so successful as: come and take it and extract it and enrich their own community.
Yeah,
China
now they
needs
own the port
to eat, but now we have to work together. You need to employ the African people. They need
now
to
China
learn
owns
development.
ports in Africa.
Import Chinese people, because to me it's kind of problematic. So what if the infrastructure is not really built correctly? Because if you're coming to my house and putting in a roof, you don't care, you're out of there. Something can happen, the roof can fall through. But if my people are also with your people on that roof project, and then we can say, no, that material doesn't work here. No, we're not going to cut corners here. As a matter of fact, let's find something else. No, we're not. It leads to integrity. So what we need is integral relationships. Other countries need to understand that they have to come to Africa, this beautiful woman, now more integrally, not like she's a harlot, that they've made her a harlot.
Right.
From her. Yeah, but and now can I just say,
children that are left over are like dealing like that.
Yeah,
can I just say something?
Yeah.
I hear what you're saying, but looking after yourself, your gatekeeping and keeping your house intact is up to you. So I would say, in terms of Africa or say Nigeria, I don't blame the Chinese for what they're doing. If on ground we had good leadership, little or no corruption, and educated, when I say educated, not people with degrees, human beings who are in places of leadership and who are visionaries, if we had those kind of people in place. So in Nigeria, we need to sort out that problem amongst ourselves somehow. God help us. I don't blame, because if someone's hungry and you leave your front door open, it will come in and get food to eat. So that's what I see with it.
I agree.
If we hadn't flung our gates open, the Chinese people won't come in and mine the gold like, it belongs to nobody. But someone gave them access. So our gatekeepers
is where
need to be dealt with. I don't blame them at all.
This is also where we start training good gatekeepers, like the youth, like and other organizations.
Exactly.
We start
training
gatekeepers.
Let me come in here.
Economics, politics,
yes.
Let me come in here. It's always good to know what someone has done in the past, for you to be able to make informed judgment about why the person is acting now. Several years ago, if you are conversant with the system of education in Nigeria, after your university, you will have to go and serve this country for 1 full year. They call it NYSC, National Youth Service Corps. During my National Youth Service Corps, I was posted to the North. And that was where I discovered that the North is actually a very good place. And the North that the whole world is saying, no matter how the people try to paint the North, I have been to this North and I saw the North. The North is actually untapped in terms of resources. There are gold in the North. There are lead in the North. There are zinc in the North, iron ore, barite, and when I saw all this is not story. During my youth service corps, all the money that I was supposed to use to spend on myself, do you know what I use it for? I was entering into their villages, into their forests, not even villages now. I was entering into their forests looking for minerals, where their minerals are located. Do you know why was I doing that? Because I'm not just the normal human being that you have around you all the time. I'm always thinking crazy manner. I was writing a book. I wanted to write a book about, I served in a place called Nasarawa in Nigeria, the northern part. Nasarawa, I titled the book, Nasarawa, the Hidden Treasure. the Nasarawa, the home of hidden treasure. Now, that particular book, I enumerated all the natural resources I saw there. I discovered that even down to salt, there is a place in Nasarawa State that you have salt all everywhere. All you just need to do is pack any sand you pick from there, you are packing the salt. They will just do natural filtration, and you will see salt separated from the sand right there. I went to a place that I saw children. They were throwing rocks. They thought it was rock, but it was not rock. I was shedding tears. Do you know what they were throwing at each other? Barite. Go and Google up barite. What they use barite for. That's what they use in processing.
And not only that, but bauxite. They own bauxite, and you know, aluminum is the most used mineral on the planet. And by the way, if I'm not mistaken, because we do not find aluminum in the organic world, in other words, it has to be mined first, and then it has to be refined, and then you can use it for several purposes. But one of the interesting things about aluminum, it's an adjunctive in vaccines. And the interesting thing about aluminum is that you can use it, and you can mix it with plastic, and you can make very strong plastic with it. And they have technology that is used for NASA or whatever they want to call it, and high tech stuff. But all the bauxite that you pretty much, there's a very large one in China, and there's a very large one in Africa. I can't remember what it is, but the one in China goes to China. The one from Africa goes to the world.
And then hence why there's a propaganda against the North, because they don't want people going over there. The same thing with Haiti. There's an area of bauxite and other materials that NASA uses, but it's totally closed off to the native Haitians, and it's a big construction site and big holes in the ground. Where is it going? At least we have no idea. We have no idea. So,
do you know that? While I was doing that research, I discovered, I've forgotten the particular name of that mineral. They are using that mineral they use it in the production of submarine. I found it in the north. Because when I saw those stuffs, I went to their agency and blah blah blah. I tried to find out much of what they have and the likes. When I did that, I wrote that book. It was just a very small book that was written in a hurry, as a youth corps member. I managed to do the little I could do. When I presented that book, different kings in the north, they started picking me from here to there. They carried me. No. The state governor must meet with me. I've really done something nice about their place. I was so happy that, fine. After I told myself, and I told them, I said, don't worry. After my NYC passing out, I was given, they honored me when I was living there for contribution to their state. I said, when I've worked for some time to gather funds, I'll be back there to do a video. I never even knew that I would be someone that will be working on video like this, that I will be back there to do a video documentary of the distance, to showcase it to the world, so that everybody in Nigeria can know what these guys have, and investment can go down there. Because I discovered that some persons are using just manual labor to extract these mineral resources. They just pay them one useless, funny amount. These people dig hole down. I went to where they were digging the hole so deep, as if anybody should fall there, that person is gone. They will be digging this stuff and be bringing out the mineral resources to them. I was expecting that for a place like that, which is just little out of several places in Nigeria that we have resources that are lying there. I was expecting that their environment would have been more like the Dubais of this world, with the resources that they are having there. But what do you see? You just see some funny looking, I don't want to mention any tribe now or any race, some funny people from other countries. They will not stay in the city. They will go into the village and start living. My own is that whenever you see majority of the Chinese or what have you living in the villages, just know that place is mineral resources that are lying down there. So I did the best I could, but when I planned going back, that was when they started this fighting and the likes. And since my children are still very small, I decided to stay back so that I don't go and just destroy myself with all this stuff. So that is why we cannot just keep quiet. I've seen a lot with this, my little stay on this planet Earth. I've seen a lot. I've witnessed a lot. I've seen the life of youth turn around from bad to good. I've seen a lot of youth that were good before, but because they went through so much challenges and they did not have backbone to stand firm, they had to join the bad gangs and the likes of them. And their life they are regretting now. Let me just read through Madam True Life Stories comment before we have some other person talk. Madam True Life says, this coming up, I told my family, they were saying, Mom, you think too much, but we are here now. We are banking for our balancing and doing our own banking. Okay, I think that's just on the funny side. But she commented something here. She said, in South Africa, need okay. I think this is good news. In South Africa, a lady in South Africa needs bags. I left a comment and a link of the set rules. Hopefully she will contact you soon. Wow. That means I wouldn't know if my people from the village are watching. More of your bags are being demanded. You see why Madam what's it called? Madam Faith and Madam Nubimi. You see why we are so happy. Is it not interesting that people are showing interest in what these ladies from the villages are doing? And if I'm sure by the time we continue to get their product out there, they themselves already know that they are to improve on their standard. And before you know it, they will start making ladies professional bags and the likes of them. Because what we want to see is that they turn that village to a bag manufacturing company. So over to everyone.
Yes, I just wanted to make a point, and maybe Faith can comment on it. You see what you discovered in the North, the propaganda, and some of the conflict that's happening, and that conflict is dealing with the resources and people being greedy. Now, what I wanted you to think about and meditate when you do this documentary, Yahweh willing, when you're able or get information from people in that area. From what I found out from some Native American tribes here in the West, like New Mexico and Arizona, what I found out is that when those things happen, when there's construction and men and foreign men from other places, that the women and the children are very vulnerable. So we have to make sure and find out what is the health of the villages, of the women and children. Are women being abused? Are children going missing? Are these Chinese men coming, or whoever, foreigners coming and marrying women? Or they're abusing women? Are they providing them to be part of the system like the Portuguese did it? Or they're doing it like the West did it? So because we know our past, our present, perhaps we can help build, like Faith was saying, be more vigilant about what our future is. Because if China wants to participate, then they can participate in terms of family setting and family building, so that they can build legacy in Africa as well as in China, instead of taking advantage of African children, and I'm going to say African women, but building a dynasty in a foreign land. And none of our African children will benefit from it. So in your documentary, please talk to the villages and find out what is happening with the women and children and other things, if things are disappearing, like animal slaughters or rituals, because the Chinese culture,
let me just,
people don't understand there's a lot of that too. I'm not trying to be mean about it. I'm just saying that has happened in the Caribbean. It happened in the Caribbean, and so it's just a warning in Jamaica and Haiti, and just to protect our villages. So it could be a nice community effort to build together for the future. Do you understand? Just in a positive way.
Yes. Yeah, very well. Then our African brothers and sisters also that are outside the continent should also have the mindset to start doing something for themselves here in their continent. As many people that are retracing their roots back to Africa, they shouldn't just say, oh, I've discovered my father's house, blah, 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 and that's just it. No. You should try and start seeing how you can, just set up something for yourself in Africa. I tell you, with all this that you are saying that is going on here and there, if we, the Africans, especially Africans in diaspora, we are investing in Africa, the returns in Africa is what is attracting all these other nationals. Definitely. They are coming here to make, in economics we call it abnormal profit. Abnormal profit. So if Africans in diaspora can just come, I'm always of the kind of advocate for safety, because I've worked with in the bank before. I know how valuable finance could be and risk attached to it. So I'm always of the opinion that even if anybody that is in the diaspora wants to benefit, why not just come to your place in Africa, buy a house, let it out, become a landlord in Africa? I'm telling you, those are one of the most secured investments you can ever make. Become a landlord in Africa. What's it called? Get all your documentations right. Let your tenant be paying directly into your bank account anywhere you are in the world, or you open an account. So something that you are sure of, not the one that you work on the basis of, oh, it's my family members. Let them pay to my family member, they will transfer it to me. Most of the time, your family members do not take you and your business serious. They take you and your business as family business or family income. So if you do it in the official way, you travel down yourself. You travel down yourself 2 weeks. Just come and look at the properties around that you can buy. The lawyer authentication. Never trust anybody. When I say never trust anybody, don't even trust the settlers. Come there, make sure you put everything, dot your I's and cross your T's. By the time we begin to do this, you will have the sense of belonging that I have something in Africa. So and the secret of surviving in Africa is, once you are able to have a property in Africa, to do business in Africa will be easy for you, because whenever you come to Africa, you'll not be thinking of you are going to spend money anywhere. You have your secured place that you can stay. You can even use the same venue for your business. So those are the advantages that these guys are using. They are coming here with somebody is coming with let's say 20,000. Someone is coming with $20,000, and with that $20,000, they can easily get a structure in his name or her name in Africa. Or somebody is coming with $100,000, is getting a ready built building in his or her name. Just like that. Those are because of the exchange rate. You can imagine what $100,000 we give you. $100,000 is like almost how many millions here?
Yeah.
So those are what this those are what these foreign bodies are doing, especially our Chinko Chinko friend. They come here, they buy cheap, they become landlord. Before you know it, they use the same place as business and they become Lord of the Ring. So I want us to be thinking that way. Then thank God that we are also going to video. I'm bringing this live stream to a close now. I'm just doing the summary. Yeah. Thank God that we have villages. We are going to villages now. Even myself, that I'm traveling to help these youth in the villages, I'm helping them to see opportunities elsewhere. Thank God, so many of us commented last in our live stream. That's not NEPA. Is my I'm conserving energy here because NEPA doesn't work here. We don't have lights, so I'm on solar. So I'm conserving my energy. I don't want to use the normal light, so I'm using rechargeables. So so that I can stay longer.
Technology, right, Faith? That's what it has to be used for. Technology is that's what and that's why children need to learn that. So we can know children have to do the young people know how to do solar power. Bum bum bam. Solar power house.
Yeah. And so like the person that did this solar for us is a lovely person. Just when we were complaining of lights, so many times we'll be doing live stream like this and everything will just go black. Everybody will be like, what has happened? So she came up, she helped us to set up the solar panel, and that's what we have been using ever since. So this going to the villages now, from the contribution we had in the last stream, I'm now saying we are looking towards, okay, farming is also good area that we can look up to. So we are expanding. Today, something came across my mind. I discovered that we have youth that are even reaching out to us. Their own talent is just to play football. So nothing stops us as a foundation to support youth that want to play football. If football is what you believe in, we can support you by giving you the necessary encouragement, the little that we can give you in terms of that area. If film acting is your portion, we've already started with those people. If dancing is your portion, but the only thing we are making sure is that in our filming, in our dancing, we are bringing Africa into it. And in Africa, we act with moderation. We don't just go about exposing your boobs, exposing your sensitive parts.
None of that.
Those are foreign cultures to us. So it's not the way we are wired. So that is what we've been able to achieve so far. And when we talk about the journey so far, I tell you, the journey so far has been encouraging. We have used little amount of money that got into our hands to improve the life of several youths in Africa. And we are still doing more, and we are so happy with it. Thank you, everyone. Madam Faith, I want you to give your conclusion, and Madam Nubimi, I want you to conclude so that we can close for today.
I would just say very quickly that the reason why I sort of came on board was because we call it divine appointment, if that's that's what I call it anyway. You were saying things that was in my heart, and I just kind of flowed, and I thought I'm gonna jump on board and just do this. You've come so far, and there's still a long way to go. I feel I have a sense in that it's gonna grow bigger, and there will be more hands on deck.
Exactly.
To actually, because although you're the one talking, the young people are on God's part heavily, because they are the future. So all the stuff that we're doing with the young ones, we're actually building our future. Exactly. So, and we need a lot of people to understand we need to build it right. Otherwise, in our old age, I mean, you don't want to go old and be suffering and be treated like crap. They're the ones that are going to look after the old ones of the society. Exactly. And So, and plus that, you know, them being able to find their skills and stuff is also them also finding who they are. It's part of their identity. Some of the stuff that you're going to help them bring out is part of their God-given talent that no one's looked into to help them develop. So I believe it's going to grow further. Thank God for where you've come so far. And I personally be praying for more hands on deck to make the burden lighter and the journey quicker and smoother. You know, but there's a lot of work to be done. But it is something, it's already done. We're just working it out here in the natural. You know, I won't, And so, and that's God bless you and the passion that you have. I've not seen it. Okay, I saw her earlier. She gone to bed. Your wife?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's cooking.
Oh, that was nice. Yeah, you know, just keep going. You know, be encouraged. In a sense, you kind of have a team around you, or this will be your online team, your YouTube team. You know, and if there's anything that is any kind of burden, I know you talk to God first, okay? But share, you know, and let us just help push this thing, you know. And it will, you will see the fruit of it. And it won't be long. But sometimes when things speed up, things just start falling into place. And I kind of sense that with it. Even I went to do the film today, so I'll send it to you. The short video that you said I should do. It's about 35 minutes long. So I don't know if you look at it and tell me what you want to take out. Because it might be too long. I'm gonna put it on my YouTube as well.
Okay. Have you sent it?
No, I haven't sent it. I just came in after filming, and then I thought, let me switch on the computer. You guys are there.
Oh,
I'll share it. I'll share it on Google Drive. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll share it on Google Drive. Yeah.
Oh, that will be fine. That will
so
be
if
fine.
you watch it and see if take out because of the length of it, and then I'll.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
No problem.
Yeah. My regards to your wife again.
Wow, Gracias. We are so glad for this. We honor you. We respect you for spending time, spending your resources to assist the youth of Africa. Now to my friend, my family member, my girlfriend from Badagry. Me. I'm taking you as
the
a
best
Badagry.
friend, the wild sister, the fun sister, Nubian me. I have to follow what my sister Faith said. You know, my name is Emmanuel. That's my name. My first name is Emmanuel, Marie Emmanuel. So I have to follow what my sister said. It was the voice of Father who said, help them. We need to all help each other. Get on board. All hands on deck. Just like Faith just said, the key word that I heard that the Creator told me years ago. All hands on deck. And my heartstring was pulled because I've seen your work before. I've seen your messages before. And it was such integral, so much heart and love. And so much prayer, and our heart went out when your baby went back home to the Most High, right? When the baby went back home to the Most High, to our Father. Just the strength that the Creator gave you guys, and just this strength that you have shown, and the love, and God's hands working for all the children. I have to be part of this. I told my husband, I have to go to Central's church right now for Sunday live stream. I said, okay, I'll be on Central's church for a couple of hours, just praising the Most High and having faith and knowing that He is working, like Faith said. It is for the children. The children are our future. It is African in its nature. It is what the Creator says. It's the Bible. It's everything, the oral and everything. So I feel honored to be a part of this, and I do know, like Faith said, it's going to get better, and we're going to help train better gatekeepers around the world.
Wow, amen. Thank you so very much on behalf of myself, my wife, my kids, our committee, our what's it called, Foundation Committee. We want to say thank you. We appreciate all of you. We appreciate your time with us. We are so glad to every one of you that has contributed to support African youths, to bring them out of despair. We are so glad. Should you be seeing this stream after now, I just uploaded a video like an hour plus or 2 hours plus. Kindly look at that video. Is the part 2 of the documentary I shot in Badagry, the slave point where African youths, about 30 to 35 years maximum, were shipped in their millions out of Africa to go and develop the Western world while our home world is underdeveloped. And as usually, I used to say that maybe that's why we have jokers ruling us, because they left the weak ones behind. So I have to go now before it becomes a national issue.
May I say something about that documentary?
Okay.
Something about that documentary. I really love that documentary.
Oh.
And your personality, especially when you show the heaviness of the chains. Your face was like epic. Your face was like, it should be screenshotted, and there should be some like to promote that documentary. Your face when you saw the chains, when the heaviness of the chains, you were like, excuse me, what is going on here? You know, so
never believed
that
KG chains on human being.
But your natural ability to be a narrator and still a commentator and still be logical but emotional, that's what's it, Dale. That's what makes it so, and I look forward to your future documentaries, because like I said, the fact that you can be so logical, so funny at the same time, but so compassionate, like, are you serious? People really, and you don't even have to say it. It's just like all the spirit is just showing it. So people watch that documentary. I can't wait to see number 2.
No, I've uploaded it number 2. That's what I'm saying. I uploaded it today. While we were doing this live stream, I just uploaded it. So after this live stream, check on it. That one you will see it even went down to talk about Haiti, to talk about the revolt of the slaves and the likes of them. Just watch out, see that stuff. The reason for this documentary is not for people to be angry with anybody, because if you want to be angry with anybody, let me tell you, maybe you don't understand. I want you to match the documentary.
Seems like he's frozen, but I think
okay.
So I'm back. In the documentary, if you want to be angry with anybody, just make sure that you look at what I'm about to say now. In the documentary, I discovered that my father's side is actually from that part, and some of my forefathers were involved in that slave trade. So that means that if you want to be angry with the whites, you should be angry with my forefathers, because they were stupid enough to hypnotize their fellow human being through the water. There is a particular water I showed in this part too. The water that they drop some magic into to make those slaves to forget themselves, to lose their memory for over 3 to 4, 6 months while on board. So if they have such powers, why didn't they use it to prevent themselves from being enslaved? That means that there is greed, always greed on the part of the ruling party in Africa. So we should not be angry with the whites, because we have whites. It's not all the white people that are bad. It's just some selected people. The same way it's not all the black people that are bad. It's just some selected few. So I have been privileged to work with so many white people that are loving for Africa. Some of them have not been to Africa, so don't think that they are coming to collect anything from you. They love Africa. and they don't want what is happening to Africa to continue. Some of them have been supporting us to reach out to this African youth to help them, and we should not just generalize. So with that, I say thank you very much. It's late night here. I'm going to sleep. I'm hugging all of you. Okay.
All right,
Love you. Bye bye.
Have a great week.
Yeah.
Bye.
I you too. Yeah. Bye bye.